Working on a Kawasaki KZ650 CSR H1. This motorcycle is coming to me like a blast from the past. It's like somebody time warped and brought me back a beautiful, beautiful motorcycle. 1981, the same year my son Dean was born. I'm about 55, so this motorcycle was very nostalgic for me in 1981. I have it pulled apart, and I've been working on the electronics. I've rebuilt the carb, put the carb back in, which was almost as hard. I built this I'm going to get closer. I had to build these boots that goes between the air box and the carburetors, and I had to build those out of flex hose from a radiator. And I've got two rubber pieces here and one up here to hold it in place instead of using clamps, and I just cut those from the remaining part of the radiator hose. The hose is just straight flex pipe, and I got it at AutoZone. And the reason I did all this is because you just can't find them. They're nowhere to be found anywhere for original. You can get some aftermarket, fabricate, blah, 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 but being that I had to fabricate them anyways, I just fabricated them myself. And I've been tracing the electrical circuitry back because I'm only firing on 2 cylinders. The 1 and the 4 cylinder are firing, and the 2 and the 3 are not. And I've traced the wiring down to, here's the coil right here for the side that works. And here's the coil I just took off. That's the culprit. I got power going into the coil, no power going out to the caps. So I've got to go online and decide whether I want to buy new coils and put them in, which really is an expensive project, or try to find this certain coil for the least amount that I can pay for it. And I'll let you know more about that when I get through it. And also, I just wanted to show you the gas tank that I have started working on. I've got the lettering already put on and have the tank looking extremely good. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that because it is a little dark, but that's the tank anyway. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and sanded it all the way down to bare metal, and then after which I went back through with some Bondo and fixed some severe dents that were located right here in this area. And I mean a dent, it was probably that big around, dented all the way in. Anyways, I went ahead and fixed that. From the friend that I bought the motorcycle from, said that the inside of the tank was already pressure tested and actually recoated on the inside. And it holds really well. No smells. I've also put the fuel valve on the tank and also the sending unit that goes inside that tells how the gasoline has drained, and the light will come on here if the tank gets too low. I had to rebuild this myself too. I had to order this from eBay because it was broke off and it was gone. So I had to find one, which was very difficult. So you can see it works now because I got all new lights that I had to buy separately to put in each one of these instruments right here. Has lights, and also the turn signals has lights that I had to put those in too. Now I had to install also a new ignition switch because the individual had lost the key. So I went and got that online too, an ignition switch. It came with 2 keys. and everything is exactly the same as what the old one that came out of it is. And these are the original instrument clusters. Everything on this is original. I've gone ahead and used some dye and had taken off that ugly green color from this. They were leather, so I didn't want to take them off, and turned them black. The whole theme is going to be black. I went ahead also at the same time, and I have painted the side covers as well, and they haven't been brought down to polished yet, which I will do with some product I have here, which is turtle wax. This is the turtle wax polishing compound, and this is the turtle wax rubbing compound. Very cheap, roughly $5 a tub. And what this will do is it'll put a high sheen gloss finish on both the side panels, the tank, as well as the front fender, which will be black. Very, very classic LTD style. This is a CSR, but I'm making it into an LTD, which is basically changing the lettering on the side panels. The lettering LTD will be put right there where those two holes are. And like I said, I've gone through all the wiring on this myself. I've gone through and replaced fuses. There's a couple fuses. The good news is the bike runs. I've had it running. I just wanted to make sure that the carbs were working properly, as well as that there was no problem with the motor itself or the tranny. So everything seems to be working in proper order except for the electrical, which would cause the motor just to start to have limited power. It was only firing on 2 cylinders. So now that I get the other coil put in, I'll have spark, therefore I'll have ignition, therefore I'll have a motorcycle that works. Everything works on this except for another item that I've got to check out, which is the turn signals. I'm not getting any response from either the flasher, the relay. I have not tested that, and that's what I'm going to get into as soon as I look at some more wiring diagrams. But I'm going to update you pretty regularly on this motorcycle because, again, this is a showstopper. You don't see many of them like this anymore in this pristine condition.